Bogard going up against Nicole Lewis for the opening tip. Good crowd on hand and still some more folks coming in. Should be a heck of an evening of basketball. The winner will play either Missouri State or Illinois. We'll keep you posted on that one tonight. Amy Bonner has the ball. It is in the air. The opening tip is controlled by Illinois State, moving to the south goal at Redbird Arena. Amanda Clifton sets up the offense. Katie Broadway off the screen, looks to Lois. She's on the left wing. Gracie takes it out top. Now Clifton again. Clifton will reset. Top of the key. Redbirds working against a man defense here. Lewis tries to set the screen. Here's Clifton in some trouble. Finds Gracie. Fires it from three. It's good. And the Birds take a 3-0 lead.
That's a nice start for a game. Gracie is probably 6 feet off that three-point arc to hit that shot.
And if Ashleen can have a big game, I think Kansas is in some trouble.
They really will struggle to match up with her. She is so athletic and can come outside.
Left wing working on Broadway. Now Smith fires the three, and it's good. And Smith answers the Illinois State three, and we are tied at 3 with a minute gone by.
Nothing like having the big kids shooting the threes here. So far, the little kids haven't even looked at it.
And here's Amanda Clifton for Illinois State as we're knotted at 3. Defense is on her. She finds Lewis right at the lane. Nicole ducks under defender. Shot glass, no, and the rebound picked up by Bogard for Kansas. So the Jayhawks back the other way, trying to take a lead. Morris steps in on Crick, now backs off. 18.5 to go in the first half. Morris, cross court, cutting to the basket. Shot is blocked by Nicole Lewis. Stopped by Lewis, and she gets the loose ball. Here come the Redbirds in transition. Clifton to the left wing. Lewis out top. Goes to Broadway. Broadway puts it on the floor. Katie, right of the lane, in some trouble. Bounces to Lewis. Double team, fights her way in. Shot is good. Nicole Lewis took it right to Bogard that time, and the Birds have a 5-3 lead.
Nicole is really attacking the basket tonight, and it looks as though that is the game plan.
18 minutes to go, just underway at Doug Collins Court at Redbird Arena. Jacobs to the left wing. This is Engelman. Free throw line. Let's fly. Shot hangs and goes. So both teams firing well offensively in the early going. And we're knotted at 5. 17:43. Bracy called for the travel. Out top, she was wide open. Faked the three, and I'm not sure what she did there.
Honestly, I was watching off the ball, and I didn't even see it.
She thought maybe better of it, and in so doing, did travel. It was a legit call by Doug Knight, and Kansas with the basketball and a chance to take the lead. Smith out top. She hit the three a moment ago. Tied at 5. Jacobs back to Smith. Wheels it in the corner. This is Engelman. She'll drive. Baseline jumper. Too strong. Rebound knocked around. Picked up by Morris. Kansas known as an offensive rebounding team, averaging 16 per game. That's something the Redbirds are going to have to battle. They pick up their first there. Jacobs goes to Morris on the left wing. Now in the corner. This is Engelman. 14 to shoot. Engelman lobs down low, overshoots the target. Turnover, out of bounds to Illinois State.
Redbirds did a nice job taking away the paint. The last 3 games, Kansas has dominated the paint by as many as 10 points in each game. So they don't shoot the three particularly well.
Illinois State with the basketball tied at 5. Looking down low, it's Lewis. Lewis loses the basketball out of bounds to Kansas. So an exchange of turnovers. Bogard was giving it to Nicole there in the kidneys, and as a result, Lewis unable to climb the ladder for the pass.
It would help if they send in a bounce pass, and that puts Lewis in better position to move with the ball.
Here's Morris. Now Engelman on the right wing. She'll fire it up. Shot is short. Knocked around. Rebounded by Amanda Clifton. Clifton on the run for Illinois State. Clifton takes it out top. Shields the basketball. Gives to Lewis. Lewis looking for Maggie. Bogard guards her. Maggie Crick takes the basketball for Illinois State. Crick to the right wing. Lobs to Lewis. Right of the lane. Nicole fights her way in. Shot is up. Won't go. A little too strong. Bogard with the rebound. So Nicole won for her first 3 attempts. She is facing heavy defense.
Yeah, they doubled her that time. She still split the defense and got off a decent shot.
Tied at 5. 16 minutes to go. Here's Morris on the left wing. She calls for the screen. And the Birds try to switch. Now out to Smith. Long 3 is not good. And the rebound by Katie Broadway for Illinois State. Tied at 5. Here come the Redbirds back with the basketball, looking for their first make in the first. And they throw it away as Nicole Lewis looking for Broadway. And Broadway broke to the bucket, and Nicole threw it behind her. Those two are going to have a quick conversation as we go to an official's timeout. So after early scoring, both teams have hit a slump. 15:45 to go in the first half. Timeout on the floor. Tied at 5. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Ever heard?
Well, good evening, RC and Jill. Robin in that first timeout repeated what Jill had to say on the air about that pass, a bounce pass. She told Amanda Clifton a bounce pass is better there, but she also talked to Nicole Lewis and said, hey, you have to post with your shoulders forward. Don't post with your shoulders leaning back, because then you can't jump to get that pass. Robin also talked about setting better screens and players waiting for the screens to be set.
And one thing that has been a concern, despite the 2 wins in the WNIT so far, Jill, is the number of turnovers by Illinois State.
Well, they have 3 so far in the first 3.5 minutes of this game, and that has got to be a point of emphasis.
Here's another block shot by Nicole Lewis, her second. The Redbirds get the loose ball. Out of there is Clifton. Clifton gives to Ashleen, top of the key. Ashleen looks for some help, spins it to Clifton. Clifton off the screen will drive. She's open, layup, yes! And the Birds take a 7-5 lead. Nicole Lewis set that straight on the wing, and it worked perfectly.
Absolutely, and right now Kansas has probably got in their strongest lineup. Carolyn Davis on the floor for them, as is Codio, who is a junior JUCO kid who's playing the point.
So is Aisha Sutherland, who averages 9.5 a game. Ball's knocked away, out of bounds, to Kansas with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
Nice defensive effort by the Birds.
So despite the injuries, this Kansas team does have some players they bring in off the bench.
Honestly, I think they're probably 7, maybe 8 kids deep.
Morris bricks one for Illinois State, and the outlet pass by Ashleen Bracey was sloppy, and a heads-up play by Amanda Clifton. She actually swatted it back at Bracey to avoid a turnover. Nicely done. Now here are the Redbirds with the basketball. It's Broadway looking down low, in some trouble, finds Clifton. Now Bracey. Bracey spins, fires, shot short. Rebound Sutherland for Kansas.
Yeah, both Bracey and Lewis finding good open looks in the paint and just have a little difficulty finishing.
Sutherland gives in the corner. This is Morris again. She'll fire it up, and again she bricks it. She hit it the same spot, about a foot wide right she did last time, and another Illinois State turnover as Maggie Crick just dropped the ball, and that is 4 so far for Illinois State. 7-5 Redbirds on top, and some substitutions coming in for the Redbirds as Alexis Jenkins, Shayla Jackson, Emily Hanley come in to spell Crick, Clifton, and Bracey.
At least Broadway and Lewis, 2 starters that are still on the floor for the Redbirds right now. Both teams going to their benches fairly early.
This is Rhea Codio, the junior from Brooklyn, New York. Shot is up and good for Engelman, and that ties us at 7.
Engelman, we mentioned in the opening, is a kid, a freshman who replaced Danielle McCray in the starting lineup in February and has just gotten
Lewis breaks free. Shot is good. And the assist from Alexis Jenkins. Redbirds regain the lead 9-7. I really like the way that Nicole Lewis is matching up with the Kansas post.
Absolutely. There's no question Carolyn Davis is going to be good, but she's still a freshman, and Lewis has probably got about an inch on her, which is insignificant at this point.
Sutherland shot no, and the rebound grabbed by Hanley for Illinois State. So here come the Redbirds looking to extend a 2-point lead. Alexis Jenkins goes to Lewis again. She's double-teamed, lobs it out to Shayla. Shayla Jackson steps in, fakes the shot. She'll have to spin it to Hanley. Hanley goes to Jenkins on the right wing. To Lewis down low, puts it on the floor, triple-teamed, and a foul is finally called on Carolyn Davis.
Both posts, including Nicole, trying to push the other further away from the basket, get them from a higher percentage shot.
First foul for either team. Kelly Cohn, a 5'9" senior from Adrian, Michigan, into the game for Kansas. She's an academic all-Big 12er, has not seen a lot of playing time this year, though. Shayla puts it up, shot goes. Shayla Jackson gives the Redbirds their largest lead, 11-7. And another successful inbounds play for Illinois State.
Illinois State doing a nice job in the paint. They're leading 8-2 right now.
12:40 to go. In the first half, Birds by 4. This is Engelman. She'll put it up. Shot, no. Rebound. Grabbed away by Sutherland. She spins one up and it's in. Nifty move by Sutherland to hit that shot. The sophomore from Paris with an E, California.
Well, Birds are a little short in there now, going 6'2" and 6'5".
Birds by 2. Broadway free throw line short. Scramble for the rebound. Sutherland grabs it, and Kansas with a chance to tie it up on this possession. Shanae Morris picked up by Alexis Jenkins. Sutherland free throw line. Let's fly. It's short, and a rebound grabbed by Katie Broadway. Sutherland was wide open for that shot. Broadway to the left wing. Scoots around a defender. Shoots over her now, and the shot rolls and goes.
Nice roll off of that. These are relatively loose rims, and they give you that nice little roll.
13-9, Illinois State with the lead. We should mention there are some folks in blue here tonight. That's because Kansas has a local connection.
Well, we've got Katie Willis from Normal Community, who is on the staff for the Jayhawks, who's back in town visiting with their team.
Sutherland shoots and misses again, and the Redbirds with the rebound. And Jenkins really pushing, going to Shayla Jackson. She'll stop, shot not good, and the rebound grabbed by Carolyn Davis. I thought that Shayla got shoved as she let the ball go, but we've not seen many whistles in this game. Just one, as a matter of fact. Sutherland against Hanley. Davis against Hanley, and a late whistle called on who?
It should be on Hanley. She had her wrapped around one arm.
So each team now with a foul, and the free throws, I believe they're going to give her those. I'm not sure.
I hope not.
Because StarCrest Cleaners customers are spotless in the spotlight. The StarCrest team works hard to provide you with quick turnaround times, winning customer service, and a #1 product. So when it's on you that the spotlight shines, you're sure to look more than fine. Open 7 days, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover Welcome. StarCrest is your hometown cleaners.
Hi, this is Scott Lachlan. Join me, Colleen Reynolds, Kerry Mueling, Eric Stock, and Beth Wisman weekday mornings from 5 till 9 on the voice of the Illinois State Redbirds, WJBC and WJBC.com.
11:07 to go in the first half. Illinois State leads Kansas 13-9. Let's go courtside to our sideline reporter. It's Tom LaMonica.
A lot of business during that timeout. Robin Pitchton wanted to ride her team to match up on transition defense. Kansas, of course, with some players like Jacobs who are not shooters, but like Cone off the bench who are shooters. She reminded them who the shooters were. Offensively, the Redbirds want to get more movement and get into a secondary break if the first opportunity to run doesn't work.
Kansas to send the ball in, trailing by 4, comes in to Morris. Maggie Crick is back into the game, as is Clifton and Bracey to join Lewis and Shayla Jackson. Kansas with the basketball, under 11 to go now in the first half. This is Monica Engelman. She'll pull up. Shot is not good, and the rebound protected nicely by Amanda Clifton for Illinois State.
Yeah, nice board position by the Birds. They're leading on the boards in spite of the fact they've given up 2 offensive rebounds.
Maggie Crick to Bracey, top of the key. She had the first bucket for Illinois State. Spins it to Amanda Clifton. 13 to shoot for ISU. Now Lewis on the right wing. Gives to Crick with 9. Crick trying to get position. 7 now. Crick drives inside. Floater. Good. Birds by 6. 15-9.
Good take by Maggie Crick. And, you know, when she pulls up for that little jumper, she fades away. It's difficult to defend.
10 to go in the first half. This is Morris going to Engelman. Engelman steps around Lewis. Scoop shot. No. Rebound, Illinois State. Shayla Jackson getting that board. am impressed with how Illinois State is rebounding. Ashleen out top. Shayla looking down low. And the pass goes out of bounds. And, oh, man, Nicole Lewis was getting mangled down there by Smith. And none of the officials were watching. And now Doug Knight is going to have a little talk with both Bogard and Nicole Lewis, as both players were getting frustrated, saying, all right, guys, cool it off. Now Doug Knight has to explain himself to Robin Pinchton. I'm a little surprised there was no foul called, although I like that Doug Knight pulled both players aside and talked to them at the same time.
I agree, and obviously both of them are just pushing one another all over the court in there.
Birds by 6. This is Engelman. She pulls up. Shot, no. Rebounded by Bogard. She'll take it back out top. She gets away with a walk. Now Morris sets the offense top of the key. Birds by 6, 9.5 to go in the first half. Morris guarded by Clifton. This is Cone now. Cone to Engelman with Crick on her. Bob's down low, and the pass is picked off by Ashley Bracey. Birds with numbers here. Here's Broadway. Fade away, too strong. Rebound knocked out of bounds to Illinois State. Birds have the numbers because Kelly Cone's shoe came untied. She stepped on her shoelace and went down at midcourt.
Yeah, she's having trouble even getting her shoe back on right now. But nice effort by the Birds in transition.
And now she's set to go. I've done that, incidentally.
Well, probably, yeah, it's because you're going so fast up and down the court.
Yeah, I was going to say, usually at much lower speed. Ball comes in, Lewis shoots and scores. Just inside the arc, and the Birds have opened up an 8-point lead, 17-9, and Bonnie Hendrickson wants a timeout. Timeout, Kansas, as the Birds have opened up a 17-9 lead, 9:04 to go here in the first half.
Well, I think Bonnie Hendrickson's a little upset that Davis didn't pull out and contest that shot by Nicole Lewis, but we've talked before about how big kids don't like to defend away from the
up plays. We can't wait for the whistle. We've just got to keep playing, and the Redbirds responded very well. They seem to like it.
Here's Morris out top working against Lewis. Has to back off now. Smith down low. Shot is up. We're going to have a foul on Ashleen Bracey, and she knows it. Ashleen whistled for her first foul. This is going to send Davis to the line. Clifton actually got a fingertip on that pass, but it wasn't enough to change the direction enough that Davis
jumped
couldn't
as
grab
high
it.
as she could. That's a long ways up. Davis is she's a 6'3" freshman on the all-freshman squad for the Big 12. That will tell you how successful her season has been.
She is the conference leader in the Big 12 in field goal percentage. Misses a free throw here, misses another one, and the Redbirds get the rebound and look to build on an 8-point lead. 17-9, Illinois State on top with 8:43 to go in half number one. This is Clifton off the screen set by Bracey. She moves to the right wing. Now Broadway out top for 3. Got it! Birds by 11. That net barely moved.
It was definitely all net that time, no question. Well-executed play. It was a good set for Katie Broadway that time. And they're going to run one very similar right now for Morris, and she doesn't get the shot.
Morris has to give to Cone on the left wing. 14 to shoot. This is Smith in the corner. Her 3. Almost banked in, but the Redbirds get the rebound. Here comes Illinois State. It's Clifton. Goes to Lewis out top. Maggie wants it on the left wing. She'll dribble with the right hand. Maggie lobs down low to Nicole. Nicole catches. She'll have to wing it back out. Finds Bracey. Wide open 3. Good! Timeout, Kansas. Illinois State by 14 with 7:51 to go in the first half.
There are some happy Redbird fans.
Second opportunities, the second shot. The Redbirds gave up 2 offensive rebounds early, but have not given one up in about 7 minutes. And during that time, of course, the Redbirds with a 16-2 run right now.
Illinois State leading by 14 as a result. Kansas with the basketball after using its second timeout. This is Morris working against Hannah Spanich in for the first time. Shot for 3 is not good, and Bracey gets the rebound and gets tackled from behind by Nicolette Smith. Second team foul for Kansas. Smith first, and that takes us to an official's timeout. 7:36 to go in the first half. Illinois State 23. Kansas
Go for the jugular all season, and if they can keep this going, they can definitely do that tonight.
Alexis Jenkins into the game, as is Hanley. Hanley with the ball, wings it out to Hannah Spanich as Robin Pinchton has brought in fresh troops. Here's Shayla Jackson. Her pass is knocked away. A nice play by Engelman to make that happen. Keep in mind, too, that the Birds have actually had sizable leads in both NIT games. Illinois State comes out of there, and now they're not going to come out of there. A held ball is finally called. A couple of times Illinois State, I thought, came out of there with the ball, but credit Davis, who was down there scrapping on the floor. So Kansas has the possession arrow. They will have it with 20 seconds to go. But I was just going to say, Illinois State, in both its previous WNIT games, looked at times as though they'd pull away and really couldn't do it either time. Let's see if they can do it here. Here's Engelman. Shot is no good, but a foul coming up on it. Shayla Jackson for Illinois State.
Birds need to make good decisions on some of these fouls now. KU is going to make a run. Birds need to play smart and assignment correct.
23-9, Illinois State with the lead. This is Engelman, a good free throw shooter, sinks the first one. You gotta like the balanced scoring we're seeing from Illinois State so far, Jill.
Well, and that's what we thought was the secret to success all season for the Redbirds, is to have some balance. But right now, they've got 6 kids in the scoring column from 2 to 6 points apiece.
Engelman hits them both. Substitutions, Maggie Crick and Nicole Lewis return to join Broadway, Bracy, and Jenkins. Jenkins out top for Illinois State. Her bounce pass goes nowhere.
Well, Birds are really having trouble deciding whether they're going to come out for the pass or go for the backdoor cut. Kansas denying the passing lane, and they're also doing a nice job taking away the backdoor cut. They've had 3 turnovers on that one move so far.
Birds by 12. Here's Morris, guarded by Maggie Crick. Fakes the fadeaway. Now Smith in the corner. This is Jacobs. Her shot is good.
Oh, my goodness. Jacobs zipped for 2 from 3-point. She stepped on the line on that shot.
So it is a 2-pointer. Here's Jenkins. Bounce pass knocked out of bounds by Jacobs. Illinois State will keep possession, but a mini run right now for Kansas. A 4-0 run. So I think it's important the Redbirds get a bucket this trip down.
It would be important right now to stop some of this momentum that Kansas is getting back here.
Still a 10-point lead. Jenkins has to send it in out top to Bracy. Bracy goes to Clifton, who just came in for Jenkins. Her pass to Maggie Crick. 16 seconds for Illinois State. Crick calls for the screen. It doesn't develop for her. Down to 11 to shoot. Crick spins. Now the fadeaway. Shot is good. Maggie Crick puts the Birds up again by 12. Crick with 4 points, but she's 2 for 2, and that's a good thing to see.
Yeah, Birds are taking good shots. I don't think they've forced anything so far. Oh,
Davis
Nicole.
shot no, and probably a silly foul by Nicole Lewis. It's her first. And I'd say that if she got to this point in the game with only 1 foul against the players she's playing against, we'll take that. This will send Davis to the line for 2.
Yeah, Birds are really getting a little bit too eager trying to block shots. Thus, they are sending people to the line when they don't need to be. Only 4 fouls so far, so they're not even in the bonus. They're shooting fouls.
Illinois State has not been to the line yet. Davis sinks them both. We're back to a 10-point game. Kansas 4 for 6 from the line. And as we said, the Redbirds have yet to find an opportunity. Under 6 for the first half. Illinois State by 10, 25-15. This is Katie Broadway. Broadway works into the lane, fires from the free throw line. Shot hangs, doesn't go. Rebound picked up and carried out of bounds by Maggie Crick. I think if Maggie had let that go, it would have been Illinois State basketball, but better not to take the chance.
I think she may have thought it went off in Nicole Lewis's hand. Birds are still playing pretty decent defense if they could avoid the fouls on shots.
Kansas down by 10. Jacobs to Engelman. Fakes for 3. Bracy bought it. Shot is up and short. Rebound knocked out. It's picked up by Maggie Crick. Crick struggling to control the basketball. Finally corrals it. Now Nicole Lewis gives it to Broadway. 12-footer. Rims. No. Out of bounds. Kansas.
Yeah, Broadway wide open. She's struggling to get some of those easy shots. She's 2 for 6 right now on the night. 1 for 1 at the arc.
Her best looking shot was the one she took from beyond the arc, as you mentioned, Jill. Birds by 10 with under 5 to go. This is Morris stepping in on Maggie Crick. Now Smith down low. Davis. Jacobs ducks around Bracy. Passes it to Morris. Morris has to scramble to save it in. Now Jacobs with 9 on the shot clock. Shot no. Offensive board. Lost. Picked up by Smith. Kansas, which is with its 3rd offensive rebound of the game. And they could set up in a half court.
Yeah, Amanda Clifton is playing Jacobs the way teams play her. She's just plugging up the middle and not guarding the shot.
Smith for 3. No. Rebound. Knocked out of bounds to Illinois State with 4:26 to go.
Robbins looking for over the back on these rebound calls. Brian Interline's not even thinking about it. You know, at this level, they are not going to call a whole lot of contact. They are going to let the players decide the game.
4:15 to go. First half, Birds by 10, although the Birds scoring has slowed up significantly since that run. Ball is kicked out of bounds. So this will move the shot clock from 13 to 15, and Illinois State will have possession. 4:09 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Kansas has definitely cranked up their defense in the last 4 minutes.
Since that 12-0 run, it's been a slight Kansas advantage. Ball comes in, Lewis gets it out top to Bracy. Bracy puts it on the floor. Her fadeaway shot is a little short. Rebound kept alive, but Kansas gets it. Redbirds consistently short on most of their shots right now. Here's Jacobs. Out top, goes to Enterline, guarded by Clifton. Wings it in the corner. Morris set. Shot was partially blocked, and the rebound knocked around and taken away by Kansas.
Yeah, Birds are not grabbing the ball with a lot of authority right now. They're trying to pick it up and run with it.
They're itching to do some running, aren't they? Backdoor pass is knocked away. Ball goes out of bounds. Bracy tried to save it, runs right into the scorer's table.
That was a great play that time by Amanda Clifton on the defensive backdoor cut.
And with that, an official's timeout. 3:32 to go here in the first half in Illinois State with a 10-point lead, 25-15. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Sub 2 in Uptown Normal is not just a sports bar. Sure, you can watch all your favorite college and pro teams on the 4 big screens and 16 other...
Bracy took out the stat monitor over there by Neil McDonald and the stat crew. She also got a cut on her right knee for trouble, but it's taped up. The Robin Pinchot tried to repair the Redbird rebounding, so those rebounds that bounced on the floor, she did a little imitation of how she thought the Redbirds were going after them, and she indicated that she wanted them to be more aggressive at going after the ball and grabbing it and securing it. But it was one of those things you had to see.
It's demonstration time.
I'm sure the demonstration was good, but that is something that you mentioned just a moment ago, some of these loose balls that the Redbirds could have and should have grabbed with some authority. 3.5 to go in the first half, and the Redbirds are up by 10. They've led by as many as 14. This is Engelman. Birds come out, look like in a zone, shot airballed, and a foul on whom?
I think it's going to be
Davis.
Oh, my, that's the second foul on Nicole. That's a problem. Again, pushing in the post between Davis and Lewis.
And Robin wanting Doug Knight to call that on both ends. Second foul for Nicole, and we've been on this end of the floor, it seems, for a long time. Kansas with the basketball, 3:09 to go. Here's Morris, ran right into Lewis, chose wisely not to shoot. 15 on the shot clock. Morris kicks it out. This is Smith. Smith loses the basketball. It's picked up by Emily Hanley. That was a gift for M, and she finds Amanda Clifton, who takes it up the floor. Redbirds with the ball and a 10-point lead. Illinois State, though, needs a bucket. Been a while. Lewis, top of the key, goes to Maggie. Maggie looking down low. Nothing develops. 13 to shoot for ISU. This is Shayla. Shayla in some trouble. Keeps the pivot foot. Ball knocked away. Kansas could have picked that up, but didn't see it. Down to 5 to shoot. Clifton with 4. Clifton with 3. Clifton loses it, puts the shot up, and the shot won't count. Shot clock violation. Illinois State gives up the ball. 2:28 to go in the first half. That won't even count as a shot taken.
You're right. Kansas really is doing a much better job at the defensive end. They're playing personnel better right now and putting a lot of pressure on the ball.
But Illinois State's defense is really holding. 2:19 to go in the first half. Morris makes a run at Clifton, fires it up. Shot is not good, and a foul. This time it's going to go against Kansas.
Yeah, over the back that time. Birds had inside position on the board. That's only the third foul by the Jayhawks so far in this half. Birds with 5, sorry.
Marisha Brown called for the foul, the transfer from Arkansas, Fort Smith.
Who was at Missouri State before she went to Arkansas, Fort Smith.
Maggie Crick, free throw line jumper is good. Maggie 3 for 3 from the floor, and the Birds are back up by 12.
Kansas having a little confusion about who's supposed to be bringing the ball up. Morris is supposed to be playing point guard, and Brown really didn't want to, but now they're getting themselves organized. That's the problem. They lost their point guard, and they've got to fill that spot with a non-point player.
Engelman fights up her shot. It's not good. She gets the loose ball. It's blocked from behind. saved in, loose on the floor. Maggie Crick grabs it. Outlets to Amanda Clifton. Catches with one hand, gives in the lane. Now it's back to Shayla. Her three. Got it! Great ball movement by Illinois State. The Birds have their largest lead, 30-15 with 70 seconds for the half. Kansas with the ball. This is Morris, guarded by Bracey. Look for some help. Ball's knocked away into the backcourt. It'll be picked up by Kansas there. They're going to call over and back. And it'll be Redbird basketball. And
that was a great call by Amy Bonner, who saw the ball go off of Kansas' leg.
I thought Maggie Crick got a handle.
Maggie hit it, and then it ran off of the Kansas player's leg to go across midcourt. It was an excellent call by Amy Bonner.
And nobody's disputing it, so Illinois State forcing a turnover. 57 seconds for the half, and the Birds are up by 15. Maggie Crick on the right wing. Maggie out top, puts up a three. A little short. That might have been blocked. As Maggie's really been feeling it tonight. I think Morris got a finger. I think Morris might have got a fingertip on it.
Yeah, Maggie had plenty of time to shoot it. I think she waited a second too long, probably.
And Maggie's first miss in 4 attempts, as Jill just mentioned. 38 seconds for the half. Engelman out top. It's Smith. Her three is good. And that silences the Redbird crowd as the lead is back down to 12 with 29 seconds.
Smith had 16 threes coming into this game. She has 2 tonight.
And the shot clock is turned off, so the Redbirds will play for a final shot, up by 12.
I think they just gave her a 2 on that. No, they gave her a 3.
Ball in the corner. Broadway, three. Got it! Birds up by 15. 2 seconds for the half. Morris from three-quarter court. It's no good. And Illinois State goes to the half with a 30. Coach County Yori with a great year at Nebraska. Illinois State with a 15-point lead, and the Redbirds will start out on top of that with the basketball. Maggie Crick will send it in as the starters are back in. The Redbirds now moving to the north goal and looking to build on a 15-point lead. Fewest points Kansas has scored, by the way, in a half was 13 against Kansas State, so the Redbirds don't have that. Here's Broadway. Her three is good! And the Redbirds go up by 18, 36-18. How's that for making a statement to start the half?
Well, surprisingly, they couldn't get an entry pass, and they did a crisscross with the wing players, and finally Katie got open, wide open.
Here's Jacobs. Katie Broadway 3 for 3 beyond the arc, but she's 1 for 5 inside the arc. And here's a runner. It's good for Kansas. That's Smith who scores. 36-20. Illinois State up by 16. Ball's knocked away, and it'll be Kansas basketball. I'm not sure what happened there.
I missed that too. I'm sorry, RC.
Let's try to pay a little better attention. It's Jacobs with the ball. Illinois State leading by 16. Their largest lead was 18. That was a moment ago. Here's Morris out top to Smith. Now Morris again on the left wing. She'll fire it from 3. It is short. Rebound picked up by Illinois State. Amanda Clifton got the loose ball. Clifton weaving through traffic to the left wing. Goes to Broadway. She was looking for Lewis, but Katie will dish it back out to Clifton down low. Bracey left in the lane. Spinner. Shot. Rolls and goes. Birds back up by 18, matching their largest lead. 18.5 to go for the game.
Bonnie Hendrickson calling set plays every possession down the floor for the Jayhawks.
Jacobs down low. This is Davis. Has to kick it back out to Engelman. Engelman on the right wing. Jacobs to Smith. Left wing. 12 to shoot. Jacobs will take it out top. Goes inside on Clifton. Spins. Now back out. Smith. Her three is in and out. Rebound. Kansas. Morris puts it up. It's not good. Morris has her shot blocked by Nicole Lewis. It's tapped out. Maggie Crick picks up the ball. 1-on-1. Crick pulls up. Shot short. Rebound Davis. But Broadway tried to take it away from her and gets whistled for the foul. First foul for either team in the half.
Nice effort off that baseline by Katie Broadway, sneaking in on the big girl.
17:52 to go for the game, and Illinois State with a 38-20 lead. Jacobs up the floor. Really nobody in much foul trouble for either team. In fact, Lewis the only player with 2. Jacobs goes to Morris. Morris is on the left wing. Maggie Crick guards her. She's looking low. Finds nothing. Now Jacobs fires it up. It's good.
Well, Jacobs can hit if she gets inside about 12 feet, and that's where she got that shot.
16-point Redbird lead. Clifton on the left wing. In some trouble now. Engelman all over. Finds Lewis. Lewis shakes her defender. Gets fouled. She'll go to the line. Foul is on Davis. That's her second. And it's going to send Illinois State and Nicole Lewis to the free throw line. The first free throws for Illinois State in the game.
Yeah, this is going to put Davis back on the bench and bring Bogart right back out.
Lewis, free throw's good. 17-point Illinois State lead. Bogart comes in for Davis. Davis with 2 fouls.
Lewis to the line, shooting 1.
Second foul on the way. Or second foul shot on the way, and this one is not good. Cole doesn't miss many of them, so the Birds are up by 17. Here's Engelman out top now. Smith gets away with a travel. Shot is up and good. Well, she walked big time out top. I have not seen a lot of whistles in this game, and that's the kind of game you like to see. You're going to see a whistle here, though, on Jacobs for Kansas, fouling Broadway.
It was against Nicole Lewis, I think. Yeah.
You're right. Bogart.
Yeah. The good thing is Nicole released the contact, so she didn't get herself into foul trouble.
Birds by 15 out top. It's Ashleen for 3. Got it! Birds are lighting it up beyond the arc. 7 for 8, and Illinois State leads 42-24.
Gracie, an NBA three-pointer that time, a good distance beyond the arc.
18-point Redbird lead. Shot up and good for Kansas for 3. On the run is Engelman. And a whistle. What's the issue here?
Not real sure.
They're going to talk about whether that was a
3 or not.
It looked a little close to me, to tell you the truth, but I had no idea. I wasn't watching her feet. They are going to review it.
There were about 4 players between us and her feet, so it's really kind of hard to see, but it was a good play. She's coming off of a staggered double screen.
If I had to guess, I'm going to bet that was a 2. Again, she just seemed a little too close to me, but I have no idea where
it's always hard to, in the women's game, you've got the guys line and the women's line, so you're not sure which line you're looking at when the play goes very quickly.
How many years before both of those lines get knocked back?
Honestly, I would like to see both lines go to the international distance. That just makes good sense. Why is the United States the only country in the world not playing, I think it's a 19, I don't know how many inch line.
We like our offense.
Yeah, boy, howdy.
We take your European games.
Yeah, boy.
And it is a 2-point shot.
Oh, good for the official to catch that. Amy Bonner called that. Amy just finished officiating the NCAA tournament last weekend and probably has some more games coming up.
So Illinois State's lead is at 16, and Engelman's shot is in fact at 2. And here come the Redbirds back on offense. It's Amanda Clifton. Goes to Maggie Crick. Crick to Broadway. Broadway has to duck under a defender. Shot is up. She's too close. She missed it.
Yeah, she didn't get the roll that time, unfortunately.
There's Jacobs up the floor. Now Morris will drive, runs into Lewis, loses the basketball. Nicole Lewis just stood there.
Nice job for Nicole. I think she took it right in the gut, too. But Robin's comment that they've got to play through this is so accurate. You cannot let officiating affect you at this level.
42-26, the Illinois State lead with 16 minutes to go. Clifton thinks about making a run in. Now tries to lob it to Bracey, nothing there. Now Ashleen, left of the lane. She'll turn and shoot. A little strong, and the rebound picked up by Engelman. So the Redbirds have missed their last few. Lead by 16. Jacobs, top of the key. Gives to Morris. Morris lobs down. This is Bogard. Shot is up. Good. And the foul on Nicole Lewis. That'll be her third. And that is not good news for Illinois State.
Nicole's got to just go straight up there. Let them take that shot.
And that cuts the lead to 14 and a potential three-point play coming up when we return from the timeout. 15:40 to go in the game. Birds up 42-28. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
It might not come up in a backyard barbecue with friends. Still, it's probably on many people's minds. What's your idea of financial security? Just ask.
Financial security? Goal number one. I want to make sure there's some kind of safety net for my family.
We need to know we have enough insurance for emergencies.
And making sure...
Assignment correct, and we're getting a little sloppy on defense.
Nicole Lewis still in the game with 3 fouls. And Bogard at the line trying to complete a three-point play. And it's not good. And Ashleen Bracey athletically getting to the rebound for Illinois State. So the Birds lead stands at 14. By the way, Illinois leads Missouri State 37-23 with 17 to go in that one. The winner of that one plays the winner of this one. Down low to Nicole. She'll shoot and score. Went right over Bogard with the left hand. Nicely done. Birds lead is back to 16. And Nicole Lewis with 9 points.
Nicole's so hard to stop because she can turn both directions. Not many posts can do that.
Bogard gives to Engelman. Engelman, little scoop shot is good.
Engelman's putting them on her back right now. That gives her 10 points.
As much as anybody who's 4 for 14 can put
That's
a team on their back.
She's 2 for 2 though in this half.
14-point Redbird lead. Pass to Bracey. Out top. Bracey scoots around her defender. Nothing there. Wings it to Lewis. Her shot is in and out. And the rebound picked up by Kansas. 14-point lead. We were at 15 at the half. Kansas with the basketball. Engelman gives to Morris. Morris to Bogard. Bogard has to kick it out. Shot for 3 is good for Marisha Brown, and that gets us down to 11. So Kansas with some momentum right now, and the crowd getting back into it with 14-10. Ashleen angles in from the left wing. Lewis out top. Lewis goes to Clifton. Bracey fakes the 3, now drives in, dumps it off. Nicole, shot is good. Nicely done. Ashleen Bracey drew the defense. Set up Nicole Lewis perfectly. Birds by 13, 46-33.
That was a big play by Ashleen Bracey that time.
Morris started by Clifton with under 14 to go. Here's Engelman working around Broadway. Engelman travels. The travel call brought to you by Susie Davis Travel, American Express. Visit them online at suzidavis.com. That travel play set up. It looked to me when Broadway was able to work her way through a screen and it threw her off.
Yeah, Birds are playing pretty good defense personnel-wise. They're staying very assignment correct at this point.
Bracey gets a breather. And Emily Hanley's in her stead. Here's Lewis working her way to the hoop and fires it to Clifton, spins it out to Hanley. She'll put it on the floor, finds Clifton again. Good ball movement here, down to 10 to shoot. Lewis to Amanda with 8. Amanda Clifton with 6. Clifton goes to Shayla. She'll put it up. Shot is short. Rebound comes to Shayla Jackson with 13:05 to go. Birds will reset. 13-point Illinois State lead. Again, we were at 15 at the half. Birds have led by as many as 18. Maggie Crick off the screen. Crick looking to get it into Lewis. Nothing there. Bounce pass goes to Nicole. Nicole will drive baseline. Now fires it out. Shayla's jumper in and out. Rebound Maggie Crick. Another offensive board. She'll shoot it up and score. Maggie Crick with the bucket. Illinois State by 15, 48-33 in the 2700, a very loud 2700 plus here at Doug Collins Court at Redbird Arena. A little disappointed in that number, but the ones who made it out have been loud. And here's a turnover as Engelman couldn't handle the pass. Clifton's going to get a breather. Alexis Jenkins comes in. Anna Spanish comes in now for Illinois State as well. And Lewis still out there with 3 fouls, John.
I'm surprised they're leaving her out there, although it's going to be so hard to take Nicole Lewis out. Bogart is 6'5", and they sub her for Carolyn Davis, who's 6'3". The Birds cannot match up.
Here's Alexis Jenkins moving the ball up the floor. Illinois State looking to build on a 15-point lead. The ball is taken away, but Nicole Lewis grabs it alertly for Illinois State. Brown had knocked it away from Shayla Jackson. Shayla looking for some help. Finds Jenkins, 9 on the shot clock. Alexis Jenkins with 7. Jenkins with 6. Down low, it's Lewis. Lewis, shot is up and good. Nicole Lewis for Illinois State. 13 points to lead all scores. Timeout Kansas as the Birds have opened it up to 17 points again with 11:49 to go.
That was a great finish by Nicole Lewis, who got hit on the arm.
Players in double figures for Illinois State, but if you could break this season down for ISU into 3 parts. The non-conference part, I thought Maggie Crick was the MVP of the team. Conference season, I thought it was hands down Ashley Bracey, and thus far from the conference tournament going forward, it has been Nicole Lewis who's been the most valuable player of this team.
It's true. They've each filled their role when they needed to play that role, and tell you what, great senior leadership.
Birds knocked the ball out of bounds, and that takes us to our officials' timeout. So we'll be back after this. Birds lead by 17, 11:36 to go. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Whether it's banging under the boards or banging nails into boards, finely tuned athlete or weekend warrior, you'll find relief from those aches and pains with Lee's Chiropractic. 30 years.
The 2 things Kansas is going to run. Look for Engerman coming across the top. A couple of screens over to the right side to be trying to set her open for a 3. Let's see if Kansas runs what Robin thought.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if they reversed it or not, but it was the right. This is the right call because it was Hannah Spanish who knocked the ball out of bounds. Now the shot is put up. It was not a 3. Ball is knocked around, and Brown comes down for the offensive rebound for Kansas, but the shot never hit a rim. So now with 2 seconds to go, the shot is up. It's missed. Kept alive. Scrambled for it and lost out of bounds by Kansas. Good effort though by Kansas's Marisha Brown.
Yeah, Shayla Jackson, I think, ran into her as she went down with the ball out of bounds. By my calculations, Kansas has not scored for a little over 3 minutes from the floor anyway.
Hannah Spanish is out, so Shayla, and so is Hanley and Broadway, Crick, Lewis, Bracey, and Alexis Jenkins now your lineup for Illinois State. Well, we mentioned earlier that Brown did play as a freshman at Missouri State.
In fact, she was on the all-rookie team in the Valley her freshman season.
Here's Lewis. Fights her way in. A lot of contact, but no whistle, and the shot is missed, and that has been a consistent no call throughout. Now Davis down low, and Lewis is going to get called for her 4th foul.
Yeah, she's got to know she cannot do that. Now it'll be interesting. Robin's going to have to pull Nicole off the floor. Almost 11 minutes left in this game. Nicole Lewis with 4 fouls.
At the line is Kansas. Free throw is not good. Hanley comes in and Lewis comes out. And Lewis was chatting with Amy Bonner about something. I'm not sure what that was all about.
Yeah,
Birds by 17 with 10:52 to go, and Nicole Lewis with 4 fouls. So the Redbirds need to maintain this lead. This free throw is no good. Scramble for the board. Ashleen Bracey grabs it for Illinois State. Now Clifton goes to Broadway. Her 3, good! 20-point Redbird lead. Broadway hasn't missed yet. She's 4 for 4 beyond the arc. Birds by 20. That's a big shot. Now the pass knocked away and grabbed by Amanda Clifton for Illinois State. Pushes it up the floor. It's Broadway again. Catches it in the corner. Ball's knocked away. It will be Illinois State basketball. Good defense by Annette Davis, who is into the game as a freshman. Also a Houston product. Ball comes into Clifton. Illinois State leads by 20 with 10:20 to go. Clifton goes to Bracey. Out top with 17 to shoot. Maggie Crick on the left wing. Down to 14 to shoot. And a foul, a reach-in called on Marisha Brown.
Brown not seeing a lot of floor time.
Each team now with 3 fouls in the half. 10:11 to go. And every minute that goes by where the Redbirds can extend the lead, particularly with Nicole Lewis on the bench, is huge.
Yeah, because as soon as she left the floor, Kansas tried to go inside immediately.
Here's Broadway, faking for three. Now Bracy fakes for three, steps up, her shot short, rebound, Emily Hanley for Illinois State.
Yeah, ball control is going to be huge right now with Nicole Lewis on the bench.
9:52 to go. Amanda Clifton with the shot clock resetting, a lot of time. Ashleen on the right wing. Down to 15 on the shot clock. Hanley calls for the screen. Clifton now with 10, and Clifton gets pickpocketed by Brown. Brown layup good, and a foul called on Amanda Clifton. Basket will count.
Frustration foul by Amanda could give them an extra point. Robin Pinson, not a happy camper. That's the last kind of foul you want to see a player make.
And Amanda Clifton goes to have a little chit-chat with Robin.
A little chit-chat.
Free throw is not good. Rebound, Kansas. Put back, no. Rebound, Kansas. And a foul on Emily Hanley is going to send Brown right back to the free throw line.
I think that's going to be on Katie Broadway reaching in. She got her good. The good call.
Crowd reacting because I think they thought, as I did, that the foul was on Hanley. It was, in fact, on Broadway for the reach-in.
Well, unfortunately, Birds were all jumping for the boards, but they didn't see the ball and the angle it came off.
9:31 to go, and Illinois State leads 53-36 now with that successful free throw, and Brown has another one. Second free throw, good as well. 53-37. Illinois State by 16. They had led by as many as 20. A little mini 4-0 run there. All by Brown.
All at the line.
Well, the layup, then the miss, and then
true.
two at the line. So here's Clifton down to 10 seconds on the shot clock already. Illinois State burning a lot of time. Bracy drives, shoots, won't go for, but she was fouled, and I think Brown is going to get the whistle.
Boy, it sure help if they could get some more fouls on Davis and get her on the bench while Nicole Lewis is out. She's only got 2.
Foul was on Brown. It is her third. 15 foul. And Ashleen at the line. Free throw's good. Ashleen, as we mentioned in the Purdue game, barring a lot of free throws that she misses here in extended play, will have the single-season free throw percentage mark at Illinois State. Second free throw is good. She's at over 90%. And she hits them both, and Illinois State's lead is extended to 18.
Illinois State is 26 for 29 at the line in the NIT.
Maggie Crick knocked the ball away out of bounds. It will remain Kansas ball. But the clock now really becoming the problem for Kansas as we're under 9 minutes, and Illinois State with an 18-point lead. It was 17 when Nicole Lewis had to take a seat after her fourth foul. So they've done their job with Nicole on the bench. Out top, this is Davis. Davis's shot rolls, doesn't go, and Ashleen Bracy gets the rebound for Illinois State. Her seventh. Up the floor, it's Maggie Crick. Crick will stop, pull up, shot is good. Maggie Crick, 10 points. Birds by 20. We talked how big it would be for Maggie to get out of her shooting funk. She has.
Absolutely. 5 for 7 from the floor with those 10 points. She's got also 6 boards and 2 assists to go with it.
20-point lead. Here's a steal for Ashleen Bracy. And the Birds will be looking for their largest lead this time down. It's Katie Broadway on the left wing. Broadway drives, spins it out to Bracy. Birds can afford to run some clock. Bracy just standing with the ball now, looking for some help. And finally,
well, Engelman is denying Amanda Clifton and not letting the Birds get into their offense.
Bracy spins, shoots,
that was
misses.
An interesting shot selection.
It was. It's a miss. And a 20-point lead for Illinois State. Back on defense with 7:50 to go. Morris lobs down low. It's knocked away. It's Hanley got a handle on it. Now it's Clifton. Crick goes in. Layup. No. And the rebound picked up by Cone for Kansas. Broadway takes it away. Held ball back to Kansas, but good defensive effort for Illinois State after Maggie Crick missed the layup. She was Going a little out of control, got herself underneath the basket. Probably would have been better served to pull up and wait. That's all right when you're leading by 20. 7:39 to go. Back in a moment on the WJBC Country Financial
Redbird post players, and she pointed at them. She said, their starting post players are in there. I want you solid defensively. She also reminded the Redbird teams that we are not in a big hurry. If you don't have a good path to the basket or a clear shot, just pull it out and take it easy. But she said, if we go strong to the basket, we have to go strong and finish. So we'll see how the Redbird posts do against the Kansas starters.
Well, they've been doing a nice job with Nicole Lewis on the bench, helping out inside. And they're going to go inside. They isolated Bogart that time for an easy layup.
Yeah, Bogart scores. The lead is down to 18, but still the lead has actually been extended by one since Lewis had to come out of the game with her fourth foul. Here's Katie Broadway driving. Now she'll kick it out to Spanish. Again, as Robin just told the team, you heard Tom report, Birds can run some clock here. Down to 13 on the shot clock. Shayla Jackson with 10. Shayla gets knocked from behind into the lane. That'll be the sixth team foul. That one's going to go on Jacobs. So from here on out, Illinois State will be in the bonus. That helps as well.
Well, the other side of this coin, as difficult as it is for Illinois State to defend a 6'3", 6'5" kid, it's more difficult for Kansas to defend the smalls from Illinois State. So they need to take them to the basket.
Amanda Clifton, it was a long 5 seconds. She finally got the ball in. Now Shayla fires it up. Shot is good. Illinois State back up by 20. Shayla with a nice 7-point performance. 59-39 ISU, and we're under 7 minutes to play. Kansas back on offense. This is Cone. Goes to Jacobs. Jacobs to Engelman. Engelman drives baseline against Spanish, and the shot is up and good.
That's where you miss Nicole Lewis, is her help defense in the paint, intimidating shots.
18-point Redbird lead, 6.5 to go in the game.
Illinois State playing a 5-out offense. The lane is wide open. They can use this for dribble penetration if they've got some opportunities here.
13 on the shot clock. Amanda Clifton will do just that. Now she wings it out. It's Hanley for three. It's good! Emily Hanley for three. And the Birds have their largest lead of 21. The Birds are 9 of 10 beyond the arc. And Kansas uses its next to final timeout.
Robin with 4 timeouts remaining in 6 minutes in this game. So Birds definitely under control.
Hanley with just her 7th three-pointer of the year. But analogy. I love mixed sports analogy. And that is. I mean, the Birds can run clock right now.
They can.
6 minutes to go. 62-41. Illinois State leads Kansas. Third round of the WNIT. And a foul taken by Shayla Jackson. Engelman whistled for the foul.
That was an interesting call. I'm sure there was some contact, but Shayla handled that extremely well to get the call.
You mean her form and falling, or just the
salesmanship?
salesmanship?
Salesmanship. A little bit of a flop there, but well done by Shayla.
Birds with their largest lead, 21, under 6 to go now, and they can extend the lead on this possession. Shayla Jackson on the left wing. Shayla will drive baseline. Shot is up. It's not good. Rebound Hanley. Her shot is blocked, knocked out of bounds to Illinois State. But that extends the shot clock.
Yeah, Emily almost got that shot back up. A little more hesitation and she would have had it.
5:41 to go. By the way, Missouri State at last check starting to make that a ball game again, hosting Illinois. Missouri State Lady Bears down 8 with 9 to go. Here's Hanley, top of the key. She throws it away as Crick broke to the bucket. We saw that earlier.
That's the 4th backdoor cut. Their timing is off on whether they're going for the pass or going for the back door.
5.5 to go. Kansas with the basketball. Illinois State by 21. This is Morris trying to get around Clifton. Has to bounce it to Jacobs. She'll fire it up. Shot is not good, but a foul coming up on Maggie Crick. And Maggie kind of shrugs her shoulders saying it wasn't a foul earlier.
Well, that's going to put Jacobs at the line for 2. They kind of bailed her out on that play because I don't think Kansas had anything.
Both teams now with 6 fouls, so both teams are in the bonus. Jacobs goes to the line. She's 12 of 15 there this year, and she hits the first one.
Obviously, she hasn't been there a whole heck of a lot. 33 games and only 15 trips.
Second free throw is good as well. And the lead is cut to 19. She's got a low-slung shot, Jill.
She does. She doesn't have a lot of arc on it, so it's got to be very accurate.
The frozen rope is what that is.
There's a new line.
I told you earlier, it's a baseball metaphor.
I've never heard that in baseball.
Shot is up. It's not good for Maggie, and the rebound picked up by Bogart. Birds lead by 19. Kansas with the basketball. Jacobs. They'll let her have all sorts of room, and she throws it into the open floor. Diving save by Emily Hanley, and the ball's picked up by Maggie Crick. Great effort by Hanley.
Oh,
now the ball's knocked away, but Crick picks it up. Shayla Jackson, wide open three. Got it! The Birds cannot miss beyond the arc, and the Birds are up 22, 65-43 with 4.5 to play.
Birds really are shooting the ball well from the arc tonight. That's going to make it really tough for Kansas to get back in this ball game.
10 of 11 are the Redbirds. 4:16 to go. Morris fires it up. It is in and out, and the rebound. The putback is up and in for Bogart. Cuts the lead back to 20. But again, the clock continues to run. Nicole Lewis will come in at the next available chance, and a great job done by Illinois State since she's been on the bench. 3:55 to go. And Illinois State leads 65-45. Maggie Crick, her fadeaway is good. Maggie Crick, 12 points to go with 6 boards and 3 assists for Illinois State. And the Redbirds have matched their largest lead, 22, 67-45. Morris takes it in on Crick, the runner, not good, and a foul going to be called on Bogard. Knocking Ashleen Bracey around.
Nice job by the Birds. They really sandwiched Bogard to get that call.
And with a timeout on the floor, Kansas really looks like a beaten ball club. 3:31 to go in this one. 67.
Maggie Crick fouling Jacobs on that jump shot on the previous time down the floor. She said, we've got to remain assignment correct. We can't forget things. And even her senior veteran had a little brain glitch there.
Certainly Jacobs is not a player you need to foul. Nicole Lewis back in the game for the last 3:30 here.
1-1 for Bogard. Free throw is good. Cuts it to 21. We mentioned Illinois State too shy of a season-high three-pointers, but far and away their best percentage, 10 of 11. Is it something that Kansas is doing, Jill, or are the Birds having one of those nights, or is it both as the second free throw is good?
Honestly, I think they just feel they're having a night. The nice part is Kansas is really not getting out and contesting the shot very aggressively, and they're giving them some looks that they normally wouldn't get, especially in transition.
3:18 to go for the game. Birds lead by 20. Down to 13 on the shot clock.
Well, Kansas trying to trap ball screens right now. That's leaving wide open three there for Katie Broadway.
She missed it. She was
too
open.
That's her first miss. Yeah, that's her first miss at the arc. 4 for 5.
We're under 3 minutes to go, and Illinois State leading by 20. Lewis is back into the game. Here's Smith for 3. In and out, and the rebound picked up by Katie Broadway for Illinois State.
I remember Smith hit those early in the game, but she's not quite as hot right now.
67-47, Illinois State with a lead with 2:39 to go. And this Redbird crowd having a good time tonight. Ball goes into Lewis, and she throws it away. That's picked up by Brown. Brown did a nice job getting into the lane, and a charge is taken by Amanda Clifton, stepping in front of Brown.
Well done by Amanda. Perfect position. Brown should have just pulled up and taken a short jumper there. That took a little wind out of their sail.
2:25 to play in this one. The Redbirds will pick up their 27th win on the year and play either Illinois or Missouri State. Site to be determined. 2:09 to go in the game. Maggie Crick, fadeaway, good. Maggie can't miss tonight. 7th field goal in 11 tries. 69-47. The Redbirds back on top by 22. matching the largest Illinois State lead with 1:50 to go in this game. Here's Morris for Kansas. And
good call
a
by
held ball.
Yeah, Ashleen Bracey got a hand on the dribble and just kept that hand there and finally got the tie ball call.
1:45 for the game. And this one has been fun. Illinois State up by 22, 69-47. Illinois State leading the whole way, but it was a 12-0 run early in that first half that really made the difference. Here's Ashleen, 12-footer is good. Birds by 24. Ashleen with 15 points. 80 seconds for the ball game, and the Birds will advance to play either Illinois or Missouri State. And it looks like Illinois is close to wrapping that game up with a 16-point lead with 4.5 minutes to go. So it looks like a rematch as we've got a foul called. It'd be a rematch either way. We've got a foul called on Ashleen. And now the bench troops coming in for Robin Pinchin's Redbirds as Illinois State is up by 24. And a standing ovation given to the Redbird starters.
Great job by the Birds tonight.
Megan Grace into the game for the first time, as is Hanley, Spanich, Jenkins, and Shayla Jackson. Bogard goes to the line with 1:09 to go. Free throw is not good, and the rebound tracked down by Shayla Jackson for Illinois State with 1:05 to play. The Birds making a statement here tonight, leading Kansas 71-47. Jenkins out top to Hanley. Down to 13 on the shot clock. Hanley finds Jenkins. 50 seconds for the game. 9 seconds now on the shot clock. Pass goes into Grace. Back out to Jenkins with 4. She'll shoot and miss. Rebound picked up by Kansas with 40 seconds for the game. Lob down low. Bogard hits the layup. That'll make it a 22-point game. A 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock, and a timeout for substitution. So freshman Jay Stewart can come into the game for the first time. And what an experience for these two freshmen.
Absolutely. This is a great opportunity. Shayla Jackson leading with a double-digit game, 10 points and 3 boards.
And she and Robin Pinchin exchange a huge hug as she comes off the floor. 19 seconds to go, about a 2 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Pass is knocked away, picked up by Kansas with 12 seconds. This is Morris. Morris will kick it out to Engelman with 7. Not going to matter now. Engelman will drive. Shot is not good, but she's going to go to the free throw line, and that'll postpone the celebration for a few seconds. Engelman with 2 shots, 4.8 seconds to go. Birds lead 71-49. And tickets for Illinois State's quarterfinal appearance in the 2010 WNIT will go on sale tonight as the Redbirds will host the winner of Illinois State, Missouri State at Redbird Arena at 2:05 on Sunday. First free throw is good. Second free throw is good. So the Birds will host the winner of the Illinois-Missouri State game. The horn sounds and the Birds win this one big.